1645.
16.
Or sorry. 1648, 1649, 1650, 1651.
Valentine. Whoa,
What?
that's cool. We are no easy buckets. I'm 9-0 Joe.
I'm Mark Impulse. Valentine.
Valentine. That's really cool. This is a broadcast of the Vietnamese League. It's actually a replay. Okay, they don't have time for the live game. And look, they try to cover it up. Yo, we see you.
We see you.
We saw you. Well, it's not a replay. We just saw the draft. Well, the reason we're starting when the match starts is because
It took 16 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
From their
from
draft.
the last game we tried to cast.
So we will spare you with us trying to vamp time while
Yeah.
we look at two guys talk about things we can't understand.
So who are these teams?
So this is Full Louis, who we casted before, and then the other team is Hanoi Dragons.
Okay.
And these are I believe Hanoi Dragons is fourth place in the league out of 8 right now, and Full Louis is number 1.
Okay.
Now, granted, the league just started. I think all the teams have only played 3 or 4 games, but Full Louis at the top right now. Anyways,
Who's Mew? He wasn't in the game last time.
oh
On Louis.
on Louis, yeah, Mew looks like he's taking the place of. He's replacing the support.
Well, anyway, we might see a confrontation here, as both teams are set up in the bottom side of blue side's jungle. Let's introduce the teams. We can finally do this.
Yeah. So for Full Louis,
Whoa, we do have some crazy teams though.
we do have some crazy teams.
Some crazy teams.
Jirachi on Ezreal. He's going to be playing that Ezreal mid. Lily Meow, who we saw in our last casted game as the most aggressively Sin we've ever seen on the jungle. Rayquaza, top laner for Full Louis, playing Kennen. And in the bot lane for them, it's going to be Violet on Varus and Mew on Thresh.
All right, on what is it, Hanoi Dragons?
Mm-hmm.
Hanoi, whatever.
Hanoi, I believe.
All right, we have Virus S on Zac, top lane Zac. Sunny will be in the jungle with Jarvan. King of War will be mid with Jace.
Ooh, Jace.
Ooh. Kai on Vayne and Dark 1108. I guess we'll just call him Dark, but then that sounds kind of racist. We'll be on the support Alistar. So,
Vayne Alistair. I like that.
just Alistar in general. And okay, they do go with the lane switch, and Kennen does take top. So it's an Ez mid.
Very recently, actually, in the OGN League, where CJ Frost was playing against SKT Bullets, Mad Life picked Alistair. And, spoiler alert for anyone that wants to watch that, it went awfully for him. So I think that people have figured out how to... I think a lot of the pro players have figured out how to play against Alistair.
He doesn't have that bug anymore where he can like headbutt people like 5 miles over the trees anymore.
No idea. Ooh, a play here going to be on played. Oh, the hook lands on.
Nice counterplay too.
They don't want anything to do with it though. I don't think.
And they did manage to steal his blue.
Yes, Gragas took the blue off of him. Who got Full Louis' blue? Was it Ezreal?
I don't know.
Because I don't think Kennen has it. Or maybe Gragas got both. I guess Gragas could have got both.
Yeah, because his red is still up, so
Okay.
maybe he saw that they started red. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, I think Gragas got both of them. So really wanting to deny Jarvan his blue there, which is a good call. I mean, Jarvan spamming his skills really helps him clear the jungle fast and get to that point where he can become kind of a roaming gank machine.
It's not so much the blue. Well, it might be the blue buff, but it's also the fact that you get denied a ton of experience in the early stages, which could set you back a lot.
Very true. Experience at this point in the game is much more valuable simply because of the way that the game works in terms of kind of that everything's a natural snowball. You'll kill things faster if you're higher level.
Right.
When you're higher level, or you kill things faster, you get more experience, therefore more levels.
Yeah, and in the early phases, it matters a lot because you want to hit 6 first. That's an unlocking of a complete ability.
Yeah, and especially in Jarvan's case, something that adds another dimension to his ganks, and I mean that is his main utility.
That is Jarvan.
That is Jarvan.
Jarvan, Cataclysm is Jarvan.
Lily
Look that
Meow,
up in the dictionary.
Lily Meow, I'm really interested to see how his jungle Gragas plays. If it's anything as aggressive as his Lee Sin, I will be very happy.
I'd be actually kind of scared. What are you doing being aggressive on Gragas like that?
He picks up a Doran's ring and sits on the machete. I wonder if he's even going to try to build that into a Spirit Stone or anything, because Gragas has really good sustain naturally. His W gives him mana, all of his abilities give him health. I wonder if he's even going to go anything out of that machete.
I don't know. Some of these picks are like I've never seen them. Like what is Ezreal doing middle in a pro game?
In a pro game, yeah. Actually, the only person that I've seen, and this was once again in the Korean League, it was Dade, I believe, on MVP Ozone. Really enjoys as I could be someone else. I don't remember, but there has been some Ezreal mid play, but the way they do it is they do it similar to how they would have the double AD comps back in the day, where they'd have like say Vayne or who else top Graves or something like that. So they play it essentially the same way. I wonder what this Ezreal will build. If he's going to build an AD, if he's going to build blue Ezreal, AP Ezreal, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's take a look at the team comps to begin with. And I just realized how weird it is to have a Cannon and a Gragas.
And a Gragas on the same team.
That could be a disaster. Well, the Thresh actually works, you know? Like, you trap them all in the box, and then you throw the exploding cask in there, and then all the shields or all the walls go down. That might be fun.
I imagine that Gragas is going to be taking less of a damage role with his cask and more of a utility, maybe like he was playing with Lee Sin, where he can displace people.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't really be like, oh, let's stack our ults together, but more of, let's displace one target, or let's displace or isolate some people, and then use our ults on the rest. But the key thing that you mentioned there is still a very interesting point. You generally don't see, Janna Fiddlesticks. You don't see Gragas Kennen. You don't see, Amumu and like Morgana or something, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of we'll see what happens here. And as for the other team comp,
for Hanoi Dragons, looks like they have both slipperiness. Like they all have really good escapes. Oh, I don't think they can get anything. They might be able to pop passive, but he just blows the slash. So they get flash.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to take tower off of it too.
Yeah, you better run. What?
He doesn't have any help. He's being really brave right here. Multiple viruses, thinking he can take on a purple Pokemon combination.
The S-type virus. Virus S, not
Virus S.
Viruses, and they do manage to take the tower. Zach actually does play smart and backs off. Doesn't waste his passive trying to defend it.
So first tower going to full Louis here. I wonder if Gragas is going to make his way up top and try to stop this Vayne Alistar combination from coming and getting the top tower. Blue's going to be coming up for full Louis right now, though. Jace is kind of in the area. I wonder if he's going to try to maybe make a play, steal it with a Shock Blast, accelerated through his gate. It just does a...
Oh, man. What happened?
He had the Shock gate up. He just guess he didn't decide to.
He just limp-wristed it.
Two tiers coming out from the mid laners, almost identical item builds. Ezreal coming back with the longsword as well. Maybe a difference in global gold and the 9 CS. He is ahead.
13
now. 13 CS. Gragas waiting in the wings here, top lane.
As well as Thresh.
Oh, sorry, not Gragas. Thresh,
okay.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Gragas is nowhere near around. And Gragas is big and fat. How do you confuse the two?
That's a very good point. One is a ghostly, ethereal being, I guess we would call him.
Okay, so they spot the Thresh. And now they're going to back. Trying to lane switch. They didn't get the tower, huh? That's pretty big.
That's
pretty big. I don't even think it's a good idea to lane switch back to bot. Yeah, I think you could just straight up take the fight up top.
Yeah, I'd be pretty frustrated if I was Hanoi Dragons there. It's definitely a missed opportunity because they were close. The tower was within, I'd say, 4 or 5.
See, I don't know why they're backing. That just does not seem like a good idea.
They're heading back top lane. Vayne buying a Bilgewater. I think it's just that they want to be able to fight.
Yeah.
Fight the two people, because Varus went back and bought a big sword, and Vayne was still sitting on simply a Doran's blade.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I guess that could be it. Alistar getting outplayed really hard by Thresh right now. Thresh tripling Alistar's CS, so that's really important.
Yeah, definitely.
Super important right now.
I want to see what happens bot. Jarvan is in the bush. I don't know if he's been spotted yet. And it's pretty easy to engage when you have Jarvan Zach. Well, we're still watching this top lane. Why is that?
Kennen feels pretty safe, though. Kennen has Flash, Ult, and his E, of course, for
mobility. Why did Jarvan back up? He was in the bottom bush for a while.
He was. I have no idea.
if they're trying to hide a gank, they're doing a terrible job of it.
A lot of damage
Just
comes
kidding.
out. Wow, chains the CC very well, and that I think was not going to do it this time. Not going to do it.
That was first blood.
That was first blood, and actually another kill comes out right away. So top lane gets, that's going to take out this threat. Wow, survives with, that was single digit health, I believe.
Probably.
So really unfortunate for Hanoi Dragons there. Their top lane gets double killed. Now, luckily, only one of that was to Varus. It wasn't both to Varus. But they lost all those minions. They're going to probably lose this tower because of it. I really like to... I wonder if they could do another rewind and see what happened top lane as well. But going on that play bottom, beautiful chain CC by Jarvan and Zac there. You could see that right as soon as Kennen recovered from the Jarvan knockup, Zac ulted him to do that awkward little knockback weird bounce thing. And even if he did kind of do his flash in E late, but I think he would have died anyways simply because...
I think they had really good positioning.
Yes.
Really good positioning. They said, shut the fuck up, Joe. You don't know what you're talking about. We got this game. And they actually used English and foul language as well.
Yes. If there's one thing you learn about foreign languages first, it's how to insult people and say bad words.
I don't know. I learned basic stuff like how to say hello. I'm not even sure if they're egregiously bad words in Japanese, the language I learned.
Well, what if they told you were saying hello, but really you were telling people to go fuck themselves?
I don't even know how you say that in Japanese.
Well, it probably is what people told you hello was.
Why would the text was like, we got a fight, or we got an upcoming fight probably in near the dragon. Kind of very weird positioning, because...
Ezreal just standing in between two tanks. Jarvan steals it. Now he's going in on Gragas. Gragas whiffs. I think he only hit one person with Exoscos. Now Ezreal taking down Jarvan. They're outnumbered, but Jarvan... Ezreal gets an ultimate on 2, has to flash over the side. Now Mew isolated. King of War and Virus is going in on him. Ooh, Stretch Armstrong for the finish. Vayne and Alistar get the tower top, and they're actually chasing down Kennen. Kennen has to use his ult again. Vayne just dancing on the outside of the Thundering Maelstrom, Slicing Maelstrom, rather.
What a strange... neither team, it looked like... what's their name? The Full Louis knew what they wanted to do, but Hanoi Dragons looked like they were waffling. They didn't know...
So the Jarvan... what's his name?
Whoa, what are you doing, Zac? Zac just tried to ult Ezreal, and he just arcane shifted away, and forced Zac to flash out. Don't know what happened there.
Kind of weird. So, Hanoi Dragons, Suni? Did you read that? Sunio. He acted almost like there was no one else on the map except him and the dragon. He was just standing next to Ezreal. And okay, I'm going to fight the dragon, Okay, and he did it. And I guess that's the power of tunnel vision. Is you get done what you were tunneling on. But I don't think that was...
That's usually not the power of tunnel vision. That's the opposite of the power of tunnel vision.
Well, but the thing was that despite his heroic efforts and his dragon steal, it just wasn't worth it for his team.
No, they did well, right?
Didn't they? Wasn't it 2 for 1?
No, because Vayne and Alistar were top.
Oh, that's right. I don't know then. Who do you think came out on top of that? Because they got dragon.
I think the Hanoi Dragons
came out on top of that dragon play?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes. Because I think if they didn't get more kills, then they got dragon. So I don't remember what really happened.
They got dragon when they were outnumbered.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Ezreal picking up Manimune and cooldown boots, so Blue Ezreal in full force today. Yeah.
Random bottles rolling in the lane.
Gragas does actually end up finishing the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, so did build something on the machete. Beautiful hook on the stealth Vayne. Flay gets him back. No chance for him. Violet comes in with the kill secure.
Very good execution.
Yeah.
Very good. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they got it. Jarvan, you want to talk about...
Violet ends up taking it with something. I don't know what. I didn't see him
some more indecision by Folu. They didn't... Ezreal wanted to go in, and Gragas followed a little bit late. And wow, what a displacement from Lily Mukau.
This aggression from Lily Mukau. And yes, we know it's Lily Meow. It's an inside... is it an inside joke?
I don't know.
We YouTube video?
We just started it in the last game. I don't even know if it has the maturity to become an inside joke.
Essentially, I called him Lily Mukau on accident.
Wow. Here comes Jarvan with the initiate, traps them, but that's not good because then they all got trapped in the...
Gragas ends up booty scooting out of there. It doesn't... He's like totally... Did you just see that? He was trapped in the Jarvan ult and he just waited, kind of sat there, just... got out of the Kennen ult, got out of the Jarvan ult, like, evaded fucking whatever else it was. That's... Wow.
That looked really, really bad for full Louis. And then they just walk out.
Yeah, and then Gragas
it even looked like a turnaround, but they weren't able to secure any kills on the Hanoi Dragons either. I mean, I know Sunio was pretty low.
Sunio and Dark. Dark 108.
Yeah.
Alistair.
He hasn't gotten out of the 90s yet.
Yes.
Still thinks you need numbers after your name.
Jeez. Let's see. So, it looks like Kennen, Rayquaza on Kennen, opting for the Spell Pen from Honey Guys, and then looking like he's building in an Hourglass, which is, somewhat standard on a Kennen. Get in there, turn your old Hourglass yourself, create a lot of disruption for the rest of your team, force the other team to move out, essentially.
Right. Usually you only want to pick up the Haunting Guys if you're reasonably farmed.
Yeah.
If you're behind, like, you have to skip it. When you're not, and you have like the freedom to roam like this and not die, then it's a pretty good pickup.
Mm-hmm. Increases his lane presence, damage potential, dueling by quite a bit. Yeah. Whereas Hourglass is much more of a team fight item.
Yeah, well, and plus your dueling's gonna lose. Oh wow! Lands the ult. Oh my gosh!
Flashes the E, and Varus says, I'm all right with that. I will keep my flash, and I will exchange your flash for my ult. Especially since he has blue buff.
I was gonna say like the arcane barrage for the moral support, but
the counter engage comes in. Ezreal's gonna go down to Virus. Virus now jumping over everyone. Stretch Armstrong hits 3. He's just Zac is such a bully. He's such a tank. Is Rayquaza gonna maybe ult here? Displacement hits 2. Now Kennen ults. What an amazing combination there. The Zac ult Zac passive activated. Alistair trying to maybe buy some time. God damn it! I'm not gonna say it. So. It was a 1-for-1 there. I absolutely love the decision by Full Louis there. They say, as soon as I can put him in tower range, as soon as I can put both of them in tower range, I'm going to displace them back. Kennen ult goes on. We're gonna put on the damage.
Since this is the only second game of this league we're casting, like we don't really know the teams that well, but I think this guy is a top tier jungler.
Yes,
he has to be.
I agree.
Yeah, I hope he is. And he's not just having 2 fluke games we're watching. But he's playing.
We're like his little brother's like subbing for him like at the computer.
But man, like that guy is making plays on jungle Gragas. Like we saw when we used to cast LPL.
God damn.
When we used to cast LPL, who had it? The Illusion was jungling Gragas in the LPL semifinals, and he did a terrible job.
Yeah,
we had no idea why he was on the team. You put Lily Mookow. He knows what he's doing with jungle Gragas.
This guy, yeah, he earned his spot. And not only is his playmaking abilities, but just that exchange that we saw right there, where they killed Zac, was such a good example of the power of coordination, communication, and teamwork in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if it's that, because as soon as he saw like the ability to displace him, like Kennen just activated ult right away.
Yeah.
Activated Slicing Maelstrom. It's like I do A, you do B.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's automatic. And like when you have those kinds of situations that are really clear, then like it's really good. Really, you get things like that.
Yeah, that was an incredible decision by them and very well executed as well.
Oh, the unfortunate Sentry Ward does not catch the ward that he's standing on.
I'm sorry, the Sentry Ward?
Vision Ward.
Ah, somebody's been playing Dota.
What?
What's Dota? I don't know what Dota is.
What? Huh?
We're going to cast International next year, right?
Yeah.
The body slam to just... to explosive cast comes in, but I don't know if it was the right decision. Now Virus coming in, so now they finally have that backup. Zac ends up killing Ezreal. Ezreal, unfortunately, out of position both times in those last 2 skirmishes. Jace coming back and killing Thresh as well, too, so that's... Man, as much as Lily Meow likes to be aggressive and try to make plays, 2 of his teammates end up dying because of it.
I think they underestimated, or either they underestimated or they didn't know who was in the area. Because Kennen was off in the top area farming, and that was a 5v4 team fight.
And the thing too is Virus came in and I think turned that fight completely because he had an incredible elastic slingshot and then Let's Bounce onto Ezreal, which essentially killed him instantly.
Yeah, combined with Sunio's Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Like, they had him locked down pretty well.
Man, when you lock down a blue Ezreal, that's a lot of CC.
Yeah, if you lock down a blue Ezreal, you know you did a good job.
Yeah.
Regardless of which champions you picked. If you lock down a blue Ezreal, you did a good job.
You do, yeah. Wow. So, Hanoi Dragons taking that skirmish, and they were behind in gold even more than they were now. So this game is still anyone's to take. I know that Jace is only going to get stronger. His tier. This is a really weird build from Jace. Generally, everyone we saw play Jace was instant mana immune, right? Like rush the Mirror Mana and then mana immune the Mirror Mana immediately. Yeah. He goes for the Bloodthirster and is letting his tier stack. Even buys cooldown boots before that too. So
this is like season 2 Jace.
And now he's buying a pickaxe. So that means he's going to buy Last Whisper. So yeah, this is extremely strange. I
don't think it's strange. It's just old.
Okay.
It's just old. It has different power curves.
Full Louis trying to sneak a Baron there.
But when I think about it, and as I say, Varus has a Bloodthirster too. But like Bloodthirster is almost an outdated item.
With like what?
With
Hydra?
Blade of the Ruined King and Hydra.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't see it that much. I know Bloodthirster is good on his power curve when he gets Bloodthirster is like a lot smoother.
Yes.
It's not as high, but it's smoother when he picks up the Bloodthirster as opposed to when he goes Mana Immune first.
Yeah.
Or Mana Mune. Mana Immune.
Yes. Whatever.
Mana Mune.
Mana Mune into Mirror Mana. So the big Needless Rod picked up by Kennen. They just flashed the gold, and I believe Kennen had enough gold to buy Hourglass. So I think he's just maybe going to push out bottom lane, try to keep his team's bottom turret from going down, pick up the Hourglass, and then I think they want to fight. But the Hanoi Dragons are looking very confident right now in their positioning and posturing.
This is actually, and they should have recognized this Hanoi Dragons, is that they have really good timing. I mean, not only do they see Kennen bot, but they should see that he doesn't have Hourglass. They should know that it's a 5-on-4. They should be able to take this fight.
Hourglass bot
5-on-3 has Ezreal was top.
Yeah. I wonder what made them want to go back like that. Well, regardless, Jungle Gragas going the typical Gragas or AP support jungler build that we see, which is the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith into Morellonomicon. The Morellonomicon there simply because it's so cost efficient, lower amount of gold you get from the jungle, so on and so forth. I would love to see Full Louis initiate now. That'd be great.
Yeah, now that they have Hourglass, they should be gearing up for a team fight. I think this is a really good timing for them. But we'll see. So far, there's just the group of 3 in mid, and side lanes are farming.
The key to Full Louis' team fight is they're going to have to evade Jarvan and Zac CC so that they can focus down the important targets in Jace and Vayne.
That's what your key is? That's your key? Oh my god.
Here's my key, alright. Is this why they didn't pick us to pass Chinese League? My keys were good enough.
Your keys to the game were terrible. They weren't approved by ESPN.
Yeah.
Shut down the carry.
Yeah.
Keys to the game. Shut down the carry. Oh, really?
Keys to the game. Don't die as much as you kill.
Oh, man. I remember seeing that Season 2 semis. Zac, that's a really awkward initiate. Now they come in.
Oh, no.
That's the problem.
Vayne's going to go down, though. That's really important. Yes, Rayquaza takes down Vayne. And they actually kill Alistar, too, and he was in the backline diving with Zac. Zac's passive has got popped. Double kill. Triple kill. It's going to be a quadra a quadra kill for Violet.
What?
So, Vayne got caught by the displacement of Gragas and enough of Kennen's damage and literally, it was the last tick of Ignite to kill Vayne there. If Vayne survived, that would have been a completely different fight.
I thought that was really bad for Full Louis, especially because the Gragas ult, the exploding cast, came down on top of the slicing nail.
Yeah,
and I was just like, okay, that's a disaster. And then I just saw Vayne. I don't know what she was doing there. It didn't look like she had to be there at all. Like, she wasn't doing any damage.
Well, what happened was that Virus was so far ahead that I feel like Hanoi Dragons thought they had to get there faster than they did, and that put Vayne in a compromising position. And then the cask more than anything, and I think although it did damage and displace Vayne, I think more than anything it isolated Alistar and Zac from their team, and that allowed Varus, Thresh, and Ezreal to chunk them, to eliminate them.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. That I agree with you that the Zac ult and the Flash ult on 2 or 3 people was very good. But it's kind of one of those things of, I think it was distance between him and his team.
Right. And that's something I know you talked to me about when I did it. Because when you have Zac or when you have Jarvan, like, you can cover a lot of ground really easily.
Yeah.
And you think you can catch somebody.
What? The Hammerhead Shark displacement ends up getting both. The Flash booty scoot! Lily Meow throwing barrels at him. He's going to continue. Another slow. Acceleration gate tries to come through. Merlot. Oh my god. Sunnyo barely getting out. Dodging barrels and arrows and all sorts of things. Large men shuffling towards him. But this is going to be an inhibitor for Full Louis, you think?
No, I don't know if it depends on how fast and if they want to fight, if they have a good engage.
Thresh death sentence misses, but Hanoi Dragons just decide to give it up.
I forgot that they have Baron. Yeah, that's probably not a fight they want to take.
Yeah.
Oops. Newcasters.
Lol.
Garena, please.
Now, Ezreal's hit... Garena, please. Ezreal's hit one of his interesting points in the game once he has that Frozen Fist, where he essentially doesn't have to be anywhere near the fight and still have quite a presence in it.
Oh my god, I hate it so much. I really hate Blue Ezreal. I know he's effective. I know he's decent, but playing against him is annoying, and playing with him, like, he's like, leave me alone, I got this. And it's just like, I'm just trying to help and stuff. And
he's the personality.
Blue Ezreal.
He's the personality of the kid that, like, at school that doesn't talk to anyone and, like, gets mad at you when you try to, like, start a conversation. Yeah. Not only that, but the difference in items between Vayne and Varus now is now huge. Varus is 6-1-3 and Vayne is 0-3-0. Varus is doing an insane amount of more sustained damage than Vayne is. They need to... Valentyne is not... Man, it's not February. I can tell you that much. It's not a good... Not the best month for Valentyne. They need to get on Varus. They need to lock him down. And they need to kill him.
I think this Manliness by Lily Mukau just walks in, takes a tower hit just to throw a wine cast.
Flash pulverize. It's Hezreal back. I don't think that's the right target. Violet now dueling Zac, and I think he's going to win this duel. Zac getting whittled down so much. Yeah, Zac's passive was popped, or did he? Oh no, he's just. I guess he flashed over the wall or something. He's trying to come back in. Sham dude. I mean, what else are you going to say?
You did it, man. You said you weren't going to do it, and you did it. You did it, man.
I did it. Wow, I was down.
Ace on Hanoi Dragons. That'll be game for Full Louis. I like this team.
I like Full Louis, yeah. Lily Meow is really cool.
I don't know if I like the team or if I just like Lily Mukau.
Lily Meow. Wow, that rage quit. Rayquaza, not feeling it.
I don't know if it's rage quit or a taunt, man.
I wonder if he sold. It'd be funny. He, like, sold all of his items and left.
Yeah,
like, man, I don't even need items to beat you guys.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want anybody to see what kind of build I had or my runes.
So good stuff from Full Louis. Both games we've seen them. They won last game, right? The last game we casted.
Spoiler.
Versus the Saigon Jokers.
Spoiler. There's also 2 minutes of laughter. Spoiler.
Yeah. 2 minutes of fucking two grown men giggling. Because of foreign languages are funny.
Because it was real, like, it was Chinese, we'd just be like, First Blood, and like, oh, okay, whatever, it's characters we don't understand.
Can't understand, yeah.
This one, they're Roman, so we can pretend like we know what we're talking about, even though we don't.
Look at the standings here. Full Louis is 2-4-2 or 2-2?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even want to try and read what was on the right.
Yeah, there's like some weird percentage, like maybe it's like the gambling odds, like whenever it's like a big gambling scene in Vietnam with these games.
Isn't there one in Korea or something, or Europe? I don't know. I heard Europe bets on everything.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Especially England. It's like I heard the golf and tennis like are big betting.
Really, golf and tennis?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe even cricket. I don't know.
Probably cricket.
Hey, any thoughts on that game?
I think that decision making was the problem with Hanoi Dragons there, and the reason I say that is because you look at the last fight, and Alistair flash pulverized Ezreal, and headbutted him back.
Frozen Fist Ezreal.
Frozen Fist Ezreal. He flash pulverized him. Why would you not go after the 3 offensive item Varus instead of the with no mobility, instead of the person with the armor, the mobility that's on like a 3-second cooldown or whatever ridiculous it is, with Flash and like not doing. He's essentially, he's not really a damage character at that point in the game. He does respectable damage. He has like, I guess, alright dueling potential just because he can kite and like choose when to fight. But it was decision making. Whoever made that call to say Alistair go and headbutt pulverize the Ezreal lost in that fight.
I would agree, but I also think that like, I feel like they were pretty far behind at that point, and a lot of times you're really impatient and you just you think you see something when it's not really what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true.
Like if again, like in these situations, you have to play really, really patient. You need to get like a guaranteed kill in order to have a hope at winning a team fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they didn't do it. But I mean, I think there were a lot of other, team fighting. I think was a huge problem of theirs. They lost all their team fights, I think, except maybe the one. No, they won one.
They won the one where Zach came in later and saved the day.
But that was a 5v4. And I also thought they could have, been more aggressive in that one time when they saw Cannon bot, and they had 5 people mid. I think you could have tower dived that, especially with that team. Like, why couldn't you?
Yeah, at the very least, even if they didn't make the decision to go in on Varus or whatever, at the very least, stall it out. Yeah. Because they have a Jace, they have a Vayne. I mean, you want to talk about damage late game. Who does more damage? Jace or Ezreal? Vayne or Varus? They had a better late game team. Zach becomes unkillable. Just absolutely unkillable, can tank whatever, fight anyone he wants. I think at the very least, they just stall it out. Instead of forcing a fight, or instead of the other end of the spectrum, not even forcing a fight that's good for them, but forcing a fight that's bad for them.
Well, they also got caught, which you can attribute to Lily Meow. My MVP. Both games, probably.
Yeah.
That guy's really good.
That guy was great.
That was good.
I want to jungle Gragas now.
Okay. Well, that'll do it. I don't know if we want to continue casting this. This is kind of weird. Well, to anybody watching, if you have anything else that looks interesting,
leave it in the comments. Leave it in the.
And you should respond. I remember some
guys.
I remember some guys were trying to help us out. Like, oh man, like I can help you out, like with LPL and stuff, and you never responded.
Wait, help us out? Like how?
I don't know. When we were probably talked about something at the end of the video, it's like, oh, if you have any videos, and some guy's like, I'll help you out. Like, just message me.
Wait, what?
You didn't. This is like, oh man, whatever.
I didn't see that one.
Whatever. Anyway, I guess that'll do it. We are No Easy Buckets. I'm Nano Joe.
Mark Impulse. Love you guys.